Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's finally happened. Winter is here. I had to bring in my plants this week. All of my orchids that are usually out here are no longer out here. It got cool and clear, and you can see it's nice and sunny, but everything has got a little bit of ice on it. So it was a good thing I brought them in when I did, because look at this. The pond is frozen. So anyways, why don't we go in and have an orchid tour. I'll show you what I did with all the orchids from outside. There's the greenhouse, all bubble wrapped up. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing a little bit of an orchid tour here, maybe a winter tour, a greenhouse tour. That little intro I showed you in the beginning there shows it's gotten a little bit cold outside. Not used to ice on the pond this early. The greenhouse is nice and toasty still. I'm just reaching for a thermometer here. So it's lovely in comparison. It says it's about 20 or 70 depending on which scale you're on there. But lovely and warm in here. Nice and bright. The sun is shining into the south wall behind you. I do have the lights for the darker evenings and the darker days, but right now they're turned off for filming. So why don't I grab the camera? We're going to give you a little tour. There's lots of Cattleyas out. I want to show you my Cymbidiums and their new home for the winter time. No spikes on them yet. This cold, the whole thing, my Cymbidiums seem a little bit slow this year. I'll touch base a little bit on that and show you some other stuff I've done. All kinds of changes in the greenhouse as my first winter in the new greenhouse sort of takes effect. Behind you, just off camera down there, is my hot water heat sink, which is just a small garbage can. And I fill it with hot water in the cool evenings, and then it radiates heat out all night. I have a little radiator heater in here as well now. Although I have some other heaters, they're not all in use all at once. I'm trying to figure out which one's the most efficient. I think really 1500 watt heater is a 1500 watt heater for the most part, but I'm just dabbling in a few different ones to see what's going to work best for me. So let's go on tour here. So the first wall we're going to show you is the south wall. It's a little bit bright. There's still lights on and everything over there, but you know, everything in this greenhouse, it's sort of trial and error, and I try to do things cheaply and efficiently, yet still have good results with them. And you know, when I get good results, I still change it the next year. I'm always just trying new stuff. So we have a beautiful mounted Cattleya here. I love mounts, other than they're super high maintenance. I find I can never really keep them wet enough. I just don't have the, I don't know. There's just too many plants to water to keep that guy always wet. So sometimes his bulbs look a little bit shriveled. He's not looking too bad right now. Behind him is a nice dancing lady Oncidium, full of blooms back there. You can see it through the thing. Beautiful, beautiful guy. I've had him for about 4 years now. It's a nice little tight flush of Oncidium flowers on this guy. Another Cattleya in spike there. This one's bloomed a few times this year. This was a rescue one. I think I paid $5 for it, so that's a good score. Cockleshell orchid, or encyclia, or whatever they call them now, still in bloom. Encyclias like this, the cockleshell orchid, takes Cattleya type conditions. I have it sort of in a bark mix. Lots of roots on that guy. Drinks lots of water. I love these guys. This is Stefan Eisler, it's called there. I'll show you the tag down there. I think it was in bloom last time. I love the red flowers on it too. I know there's horrible backlighting there. That's my Brassavola nodosa. It has a few spikes starting to come on it. Let's see. There's a spike there. Gonna focus, kind of focus. And I've seen a few on it. I don't know where. Oh, there's another one there. Doesn't want to focus on anything that close. But anyways, a few spikes on that's coming, so that's kind of nice. Everything up on the top shelf there gets the brightest, warmest conditions. So most of the cats are up there, unless they're in bloom. I know there's some sheaths coming out on cattleyas up here, like this one, so that'll be a bloom eventually. But I'm going to leave them up there in the bright light until then. It's always warmer up there because the heat rises, so always remember that when greenhousing. My little Oncidium twinkles are totally coming out in spike. There's one there. There's another one right back there. You can see the thin little spikes against the bubble wrap. There should be another one kicking around. There it is right there. You can just see the spikes starting to come out on top of the leaves there. So that's good. They're all coming out. They'll usually come out right at once. This was another rescue Cattleya. Did pretty good. I can tell from the tags on them that it was a rescue one. I think it was another $5 guy. And I'm just trying to get to the tag. There it is there. Dawn Herman Hawaii. Beautiful plant. I really like it. Something nice about the little tiny ones. What else do we have? I'm going to show you the messy table here. This is a beautiful Cattleya. This is BLC Little Mermaid. Just getting its second one open. I noticed some damage there on the bud. I don't know what that is. It looks almost like it was resting against the wire when it was forming, and it's like got some like wire marks on it, but I don't know. This one has an amazing root system. I'm just trying to. It's in a little tiny 4-inch pot, and the roots are just everywhere. You can see the active growth tips are almost like they show up as like a lime green on camera. Lots of active growth tips coming out the bottom and going back up the top. Look at that. Great roots. This one will be hard to transplant, and it's so top heavy I always have to put it in something. With the cooler weather, I had this guy going with a few little candles in one night just to throw some extra heat off in here. The little tea lights worked quite well. Encyclia down there, beautiful. I love this one. It smells so good, so good. My Cymbidiums ended up down here on the floor, so they usually always end up lower because they like it cooler. All the big ones are here. All the smaller ones are at the back. I had tons of new bulb growth this year, but the bulbs didn't really mature as fast as I was hoping. I kept them a little bit more shaded this year, and I used a new pelleted slow-release fertilizer. I was hoping for better results with the fertilizer than I got, at least on Cymbidiums. It seems like a really mild fertilizer. It doesn't seem like they had enough to really push them through. But a good little experiment. I think I'd still use the pelleted fertilizer, but I would definitely use it with a regime of liquid fertilizer as well. While I'm down here, I see another Cattleya sheath there. What else can we see while we're down here? I got a new Lycaste orchid here. Excited about that. This one here, he's got big leaves on him. He's at a different growth stage than mine, but this will have like great big red flowers on it. So I've been looking for something like that. I'm really happy about that one. Moved some of my phals up high. You can see that one's in spike. I moved a lot of my phals in the house. I had some cold damage last year. I'll show you some cold damage. Those yellow spots there that are just sort of there, that is from last year in the middle of winter. You can see this year's growth is perfectly fine, the 2 leaves that formed in the summertime, but last year's growth was not. So I'm going to keep the greenhouse a little bit warmer this year. I think in order to get that cold damage, it was down probably into the low 50s. Lilia and Seps up here. Count the spikes on that guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spikes on that. It's doing quite well. All of the Vandas are finishing up now for the season. Here is my Millennium Witchcraft. 2 spikes on it. There's another one there. So that'll be out for the next orchid update. Slipper Orchid is just about to open. Oh, the fogger just kicked on. So that'll be going for a minute now. I have it on the cycle timer. And it goes on once every half an hour for just a couple minutes. So hopefully it's not too loud for us. I'm going to keep working, but maybe I'll work on the opposite side. This Dendrobium phal is doing fantastic. I have the flower power in there. I'll be doing a review on that probably in the next week or so. You know, it's really a non-obtrusive little product. I don't find it's in the way at all. So that's a bonus for it already. Draculas, of course. Helianthemums, being there under lights, are actually getting better color than they were in the sunlight almost. Some of them are going quite red. Come on. I'm just stalling here until this is done fogging. Hopefully that will be soon. This fogger is working fantastic. I'm loving it. I do have the overhead misting system for the summertime, but this fogger works to keep everything dry but humid in here. This is a tropical heat wave, I think it's called. Antonia tropical heat wave. Beautiful flower. That one's just coming to an end. Good, and so is the fogger. It's not really as loud as I would think, or as you think it is, but on camera it might just end up quite loud. Nepenthes are hanging now. A lot more Nepenthes hanging. Hamatas are hanging up. Some get lights, some don't. The ones that I find turn red easily, I'm just leaving sort of in lower light. The ones that I find can take the light are getting a little bit more light. The Veloses are growing in leaps and bounds. Another Hamata there. Edwardsiana is growing quite quickly. The other one isn't growing quite so quickly. Pitapangii in the middle of those two. There's a Raja. Tentaculata. Trusmaniensis. Jamban. Little toilet bowl there. Glabrata. Diatas. This is a lovely red plant. I love how red it is. Tenuous here. Nice size picture. It's got another one just forming on the back side as well. The butterworts are starting to go into their winter mode. I'm really cutting back on their water now. I filled up the tray a couple millimeters, half a centimeter the other day, just to let them soak it up, but water will get less and less. On my Sibuensis here, I'm trying to get upper pitchers to grow with the bag method. So far, very little success. This is turning out to be a very nice plant here. Glandulifera cross Boschiana. My new Nepenthes Robcantlii. Queen of Hearts, King of Spades. Couple red hairy Hamatas. Tiny, but new growth on them, so that's good. All of these Nepenthes are new. Moluensis, Leonardoi, Ramspina, Dubia. Ooh, here's that's a Lamii there. So far it's doing not much of anything, but it's not dying, so that's good. Macrophylla is looking quite good. My little tray of sphagnum moss, my live sphagnum. That's what I harvest from to get the sphagnum for my plants. Into the Draculas and Massivalias, lots in bloom. This is a little epidendrum here. Very cute little guy. Blooms last forever on it. Very waxy. There's the tag. Looking quite nice. And yeah, where I would normally have the phals up there behind the Spanish moss, it's pretty much empty. There's one phal. All the phals are in the house now, just in case it gets too cold in here. But anyways, that is a greenhouse tour. It's mid-November. We're getting a little bit of cold weather. Nighttime was like -3 last night. That's like 28 to 29 Fahrenheit. And outside right now, it's about 5 degrees. 20 degrees in here. So nice and warm anyways. The grow chamber there, the lowland plants are doing good in there. I've had to supplement the lighting. It was just a little bit too dark. But Bical is still pitching away. Clipate is growing really well. All of them are actually growing well in there. So no problems there. But anyways, that is a greenhouse update for November. I hope you liked this video. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. As always, thanks for watching.